Hello, students. So, here I am going to start this third chapter of yours. So, this is the chapter Electrochemistry from class 12, SEBA board. Okay. So, first of all, we will just see, okay, that what is electrochemistry. Okay, mainly this electrochemistry, it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the study of chemical changes. Okay, chemical changes and which occur, like, you see, this chapter, this electrochemistry, this topic, it mainly deals with the changes, the chemical changes which occurs on passing electricity. Okay, or you can say that uh, yes, and or you can say that it deals with the generation of electricity by carrying chemical reactions. Okay, I'll give you one example. You take the example of batteries. Okay, batteries, or you can say any type of batteries, and these your inverters and all that. Okay, so there what you will see, there you will see that the in these type of batteries, you will see normally what happens. You may have known that it contains of two metal these rods. Okay, and in that battery the chemical reaction takes place. Okay, so inside the battery these chemical reactions takes place. Okay, and as a result of that, what do you get? You get what, like the electricity you get, like yes, you will get the production of electricity by these chemical, which the with the result of these chemical reactions. Okay, in short, क्या होता है बैटरीज में जो केमिकल रिएक्शन होता है अंदर में, ठीक है, इसके बारे में हम लोग डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. एज ऑफ नाउ अंदर में जो केमिकल रिएक्शन होता है, ओके, सम केमिकल स्पीशीज आर देयर, देन ओनली केमिकल रिएक्शन विल टेक प्लेस. ओके, so these chemical reactions which takes place inside these kind of batteries and all. Okay, there are many more examples, I'm just forgetting now. So there what will happen when, as a result of these chemical reactions, okay, energy is generated, or some type of energy is generated, and these energy can be converted in to what, into electrical energy, which we get in the form of electricity. Like we can light our bulbs, we can like our fan can run. Okay, many things can happen. Okay, so this is a very practical chapter, right? These chapter we are dealing in our day to day life. Okay, so one, though it is the with the help of chemical reaction your electricity is generated. One type of thing is that on passing electricity, okay, some types of cells are there where where you pass electricity and you get the chemical reaction done. Okay, so this is also one kind where this electrochemistry deals in. So I hope it is clear. It is mainly the relation between the chemical reactions and electricity. In short, you can say electrochemistry mainly deals with the chemical reactions and the electricity. Okay, so here, and one more thing I would like to tell you is that whatever the containers where these types of changes takes place, okay, the beakers or the uh, materials or the containers where these type of changes will take place. Okay, electricity generated from the chemical reaction, okay, all these types of changes where it will takes place. So there is a standard name given to that type of containers, and it will be called as cells. Okay, cells. So mainly there are two kinds of cells. One is the electrolytic cell, okay, and one is the electrochemical cells. So electrochemical cells are also known as galvanic cells. So sometimes they may ask you the difference between the two. So in this chapter, we are going to just focus on the electrochemical cells. Electrolytic cells we will not learn as much, okay? And these electrochemical cells are only very useful in our day-to-day lives. So here I'll first tell you what is electrochemical cells and then what is electrolytic cell. So in electrochemical cells, what happens? As I have already said you that the chemical reaction which will take place, okay, the chemical reaction which will take place, okay, is spontaneous. Spontaneous means you need not provide some external help, okay, automatic the reaction will take place. Okay, once you give all the conditions, okay, what will happen, the chemical species which will be involved, they will automatically react, and as a result of reaction some kind of energy is generated, okay, and that energy is utilized for the generation of electricity. So in electrochemical or takes place which are spontaneous in nature, okay, as a result of these spontaneous reactions electricity can be generated. So example is the batteries, okay, and in electrolytic cell just the vice versa. Okay, what happens in the electrolytic cells, you have to supply electricity from external, okay, from the external you will supply electricity, and once you supply electricity, as the reaction is non spontaneous, okay, it will not take place without the external help, so you have to provide electricity from outside, and once you provide electricity from outside the chemical reaction will start happening. So this is the vice versa of electrochemical cells. So example is the electroplating. In electroplating these electrolytic cells are used. So here this is the difference between the two types of cells. So we are just going to focus now on the galvanic cell or the electrochemical cell. So Daniel cell is an example of electrochemical cell, remember, okay. Sometimes they may ask you Daniel cell, so you will get confused. This is nothing, this is a type of a galvanic cell, remember, or electrochemical cell, okay. See, before going to all these galvanic cell or Daniel cell, I would just like to tell you first of all what is the electrode potential. Okay, first of all I will focus on this topic, electrode potential. Now what is electrode first of all, right? So electrode means it is, you can say, a metal rod. Okay, a metal rod is here will be called as electrode. Okay, and electrolyte are those compounds or those yes, those compounds which forms ions in solution. Okay, so electrolytes are those compounds. So two things you will remember, one is electrode, so the metal rods which we will use here will be called as electrodes, and the ions and the compounds which on dissolution in water will give ions or will produce ions are known as electrolytes. Examples is say zinc sulfate, ZnSO4. Okay, so ZnSO4 when dissolved in water, it gets break up in it gets broke it what to say, dissociates into Zn2 positive and SO4 negative. That means it will produce ions. So those compounds which produce ions on dissolution in water are known as electrolytes. Okay, so these two terms are clear, I think. Now you see the electrode potential. And what is potential, you know? So potential is what? Potential, you know that you may have heard in physics, right? So potential, it is what? It is the amount of work, right? It is the potential difference you have heard. So it is nothing but it is the amount of work, okay, which is needed to move a charge from what? From move a charge between 2 points, right? And against a electric field, right? So potential is nothing but it is the amount of work you are doing to move two charges, okay, from one place to another. Okay, so mainly it depends upon the location. So the movement of charges, when you try to move the charges from one point to another, unit charges normally, okay, unit charges when you try to move from one point to another in a magnetic field, okay, so that the amount of work required is the potential difference, right? So today we are going to see what is electrode potential. And one more thing, this voltage, okay, this voltage is a measure of the potential difference. How much potential difference or how much work you are doing will be measured in which quantity? In quantity of volts, voltage, okay. So now you see this electrode potential. Now you see this is a beaker, okay, this is a cell, okay, cell I am telling. This is a cell, okay, beaker. So it contains, in this beaker, what is there? In this In this beaker, what is present, we have taken, these are the electrolytes. Okay, so we have taken some electrolytes, and this rod, okay, this is the metal rod. So this metal rod is of zinc. Okay, so this is a zinc metal rod. Okay, so this is an electrode. And the ions which you will take, remember, should be of these metal only. मतलब जो रॉड तुम लोग लोगे मेटल का, उसी मेटल का सोल्यूशन तुमको बीकर में लेना है. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि जिंक मेटल रॉड लिया और कॉपर सल्फेट सोल्यूशन बीकर में लिया, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. मतलब मेटल जो मेटल होगा, जैसे जिंक होगा तो जिंक का ही आयंस होना चाहिए, मतलब सोल्यूशन में. ठीक है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव टेकन zinc sulfate. So here zinc ion is present, right? Zn2 positive and SO4 2 negative are present in this solution. Already I have said you this is a electrolyte, right? So electrolyte only we will take. So electrolyte, what will happen? It will change into ions. So it will give Zn2 positive and SO4 2 negative ions. Okay. Now what will happen? Then this zinc rod, after some time, what will happen? It will start changing. This zinc will start changing. Okay, earlier it was in the form of a solid, right, metal. So after some time, this zinc, what will happen? It will change to Zn2 positive. Okay, this zinc slowly by slowly it will try to change to Zn2, means it will leave its 2 electrons, right? It will leave electrons, then only it will change from this zinc to zinc 2 positive. Okay, so this zinc 2 positive, what will happen? It will come out from this rod. Okay, and this zinc 2 positive will accumulate here in this container. Okay, and जैसे ही zinc अपना इलेक्ट्रॉन लीव करके Zn2 प्लस में चेंज होगा, तो ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है ये कहाँ जाएगा? ये इलेक्ट्रॉन, ये जो रॉड है इसके ऊपर में गैदर हो जाएगा, राइट? As zinc will change to Zn2 positive, the electron which it is leaving, it will stay on this metal electrode. Okay, so I have shown you this metal electrode will be negatively charged. So negative electrons will gather on this electrode, and hence we say that it is now negatively charged. Okay, now as this zinc metal will start forming this negative charge, what will happen? That it will start attracting the positive charges from the solution, because in this solution what is present? Zn2 positive and SO4 2 negative ions are present. So as this negative charge will accumulate on this ion here, okay, what will happen? It will start attracting the positive ion towards it, that is the Zn2 positive. It will start attracting it, right? So as a result, what will happen? The positive charges will accumulate like this near the electrode surface. Okay, so this is the metal electrode and this is the electrolyte. So on this junction of these two, okay, junction, what will happen? This separation of charges will generate. Okay, and after some time, when the equilibrium will reach, okay, when at equilibrium, what will happen? A potential difference will get created. Obviously, whenever separation of charges takes place, what will generate? A kind of potential will generate, right? So that potential difference is what known as the electrode potential. That potential difference at equilibrium condition is known as the electrode potential of that particular metal electrode. So if we are talking about zinc, so this is the electrode potential of zinc. So here I have written the definition also. So potential difference, what it is? So potential difference is the what is electrode potential? It is the potential difference between the electrode and its ions. Okay, between these electrode and its, these are the ions in the container. Okay, so the electrode potential is nothing but it is the potential difference, okay, which is created between the electrode surface and the ions in the solution. Okay, or in other words, what you can say, that the electrode potential is the tendency of an electrode to lose electron or gain electron. Okay, because here I am talking about the losing of electron. Okay, so it may gain electron also, we will see that case also, right? So the tendency of the metal electrode to either to lose electron or to gain electron is known as the electrode potential of that metal electrode. So this should be very much clear to you, what is electrode potential. Okay, so the electrode potential is is created because of the creation of the potential difference. And how this potential difference is generated? Because of the creation of these difference in charges, because of the accumulation of the separation of charges. Whenever there is a charge separation, there is a potential difference created. Okay, because here some work is needed to separate these charges. Okay, and that work, it appears as a potential, it appears as a voltage. And how can we measure it? We can measure it by taking a voltmeter. So this voltmeter will show the potential difference, whatever. Okay, so these slowly we will come to the point. Okay, as of now it should be very much clear to you. Now these electrode potential, they are of two types. One is the oxidation potential, other one is the reduction potential. Okay, so the electrode potential is of two types: oxidation potential and reduction potential. Okay, now what are these? So these oxidation potential. Okay, so I have already said you that the electrode potential is the tendency of an electrode either to lose electrons or to gain electrons. Now oxidation potential is the tendency of the electron to lose electrons. Okay, the oxidation potential of an electrode can be defined as the tendency of the electrode to lose electrons, and as a result it gets oxidized. Since you know that if a metal is losing electron, as a result it is getting oxidized. Okay, this oxidation reduction you have heard, right? In class 11 only you have learned, I have only taught you, right? So these oxidation potential, it is the what, it is the tendency of any electrode to lose electron, and once it will lose electron it will get oxidized. And this reduction potential, it is the tendency of an electrode to gain electron. Okay, so if an electron has the tendency to accept electrons, okay, so we will say that the electrode potential of that electrode is the reduction potential. Okay, we will say in terms of reduction potential. And if an electrode is having a tendency to lose electron, the reduction potential is what? It is termed as oxidation potential. And you remember that oxidation potential is always shown by a negative sign and reduction potential by a positive sign. Already I have said you, once the electrons are, once the electrode is losing electron, that means what? That means a negative charge is accumulated on the electrode. Now only, as I just showed you, right? Once the electrode is having a tendency to lose electron, like here zinc was losing electron, so what will happen? What will happen? Yes, the electrons will accumulate on this metal, right? So अगर जिंक इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करके Zn2 पॉजिटिव में चेंज होता है, दैट मीन्स जो इलेक्ट्रॉन ये लीव कर रहा है ये मेटल का ऊपर डिपॉजिट हो जाता है, राइट? और इसीलिए जो ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल है उसको हम लोग हमेशा नेगेटिव से डिनोट करेंगे, ठीक है? और सिमिलरली अगर यहाँ पे नेगेटिव जनरेट हो रहा है, सो रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल क्या होगा? रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल में क्या होगा? पॉजिटिव चार्जेस विल get generated, because I'll tell you why, slowly you will learn. So you remember that here whatever in electrochemistry we will learn are all about the redox reaction, and you know in redox reaction when there is an oxidation there is a reduction. Okay, so when the oxidation potential is there, the reduction potential will also be there, right? So because everything we are talking about is the redox reaction. Okay, and you know redox reaction is nothing but is this simultaneously taking place of oxidation and reduction. So this reduction potential is generally represented by a positive charge. Okay, so for example, if I say that the uh, oxidation potential of copper is minus 0.34 volt, actually it is right, and the reduction potential of copper is plus 0.34 volt. Okay, actually this is the value of the, this is the oxidation potential of copper, this is the reduction potential of copper. Okay, all these oxidation and reduction potentials are already measured, already it has been done, and it is there in your NCERT book also. One series is there, okay, one reactivity series is there every, for every metal their electrode potentials are given. Okay, it is already calculated. So that means what? The value of the electrode potential for a metal is always the same. Yes or no? The value is same. Only what is differing? The charge. So the, in other words you can say that the oxidation potential and reduction potential का value हमेशा same होता है for the same metal. ठीक है, एक metal के लिए उसका oxidation potential का value और reduction potential का value same होगा, but what will be the difference? The difference will be the charge. Okay. And one more thing, the last I'm here, so the one more thing is the standard electrode potential. Now what is this standard electrode potential, which is represented by E naught? Here one naught is given. Okay, so this is the standard electrode potential. Now it is nothing but it is the same as the electrode potential, but when, because standard word is there, no, something different will come obviously. So when the concentration of the electrolyte, okay, whenever the concentration of the electrolyte, whatever you are taking, is 1 molar, remember the concentration of the ions what you are taking is 1 molar, and the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, which is the standard temperature. Okay, then whatever value of electrode potential you will get at that time will be known as the standard electrode potential. Okay, so standard electrode potential is nothing but it is the electrode potential of any electron when it is dipped in its ions, okay, which is having 1 molar concentration, and the temperature maintained is 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. The potential is known as the standard electrode potential, which is represented by E naught. Okay, so I hope it is clear till here. So it is very much important that you uh, understand what is this electrode potential, because this is the basis. If you don't understand this, you will have problems in understanding the whole chapter. Okay, so that's why I have started this topic first, though this topic is not at first in your book. Okay, and notes, you do not worry, because notes already one class I have given you, from there only I'm just teaching, so do not worry about the notes, you just try to understand. Okay, because this chapter is very easy, but it is based upon how much you understand this chapter. Now see, one more thing I would like to tell you, that the electrode potential, already you have learned that either it can be measured in oxidation potential or in reduction potential, the value will be the same, the sign will be different. Now according to IUPAC, okay, they have given some standard. So always these electrode potential, it is measured in terms of the electron accepting tendency of the electrode. Okay, they have given some standard condition that always this electrode potential will be measured in terms of what? In terms of the electron accepting tendency of the electrode, not the electron releasing tendency. Okay, and hence this standard electrode potential, because electron accepting tendency is what? Known as the reduction potential. So always this electrode potential, normally you will see that in some books you will not get electrode potential, you will directly get reduction potential. मतलब क्या हुआ, जनरली क्या होता है आजकल, इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल नहीं बोल के हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल बोलते हैं। ठीक है, क्योंकि आजकल जो इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल मेजर करने का रूल है, उसके हिसाब से हम लोग मेटल का इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्ट करने का टेंडेंसी कितना है उस पर हम लोग ध्यान दे करके पोटेंशियल निकालते हैं। इसीलिए ये इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल को इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल ना बोल के रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल बोलते हैं। ठीक है, तो व्हेनेवर आई यूज दिस वर्ड इन योर दिस चैप्टर, रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल, यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल ओनली, क्योंकि रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल और ऑक्सीडेशन पोटेंशियल से ज़्यादा कुछ डिफरेंस नहीं बन रहे, ऑलरेडी यू हैव सीन द डिफरेंस इज ओनली इन द केस ऑफ चार्जेस, the sign, okay, the value will be the same, right? The value will be the same. Acha. So one more thing I will tell you just here only, so that you see the standard electrode potential of any electrode, okay. Acha, I cannot tell like this. Okay, then I will just stop here. In the next video I will talk about this working of the galvanic cell, okay. So otherwise it will be too long, okay. So thank you so much, I will stop here.